Like he said, he's delivering his project 4 from the entertaining speaker module of the Advanced Communicator Bronze Series with the speech title, A Legal Baptism. Please welcome on stage Toastmaster Anish Ghosh.
Anish, you're going to be leaving school in 2 months' time. Have you thought about what you're going to do with your life? Well, I was always supposed to be the star batsman of the Indian cricket team, but then Virat Kohli came along and he middle fingered everyone out of competition. I'm not all that sure. Yes, I understand that, but I was talking in terms of something more serious. Well, I am lazy, I am pretentious, and I like to make other people do all the work for me. I don't think there is quite the profession for me. Okay, you're lazy, you're pretentious, and you like to make other people do all the work for you? I know just a profession. Get yourself a white shirt and a black coat. You are a lawyer in the meeting. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. These were the rough circumstances in which I decided to take up the study of 100 books which don't make any sense, aka the law. Now, starting on this journey as a naive young kid, it taught me that it is always in your own hands what meaning you want to give to your life and what meaning you want to give to the 100 books which don't make any sense. But going through this journey, I learned another important thing, that there will always be those 100 books, and you might not get any knowledge from them, but the 100 people in and around you, they are always going to be there for you, and you will definitely get a lot of knowledge, a lot of learning from them. Now, in my very first day of law school, I thought that I'd enter into the Indian Parliament, but everybody talked and nobody listened. We had discussions and everything, from formal discussions on whether oral agreements amounted to contracts, to informal discussions in the hostel on who was the stupidest guy in the batch. But even through all these discussions, at the end of the first month, I felt a strange feeling in my heart, as if even in all this activity, there was nobody who really cared about me. So at the end of the first semester of college, I found myself sitting at the front gate, the slab at the front gate, talking to a friend of mine, looking at her and saying that I want to leave this place. That was the time that I thought that I was going to be the Indian law school version of Mark Zuckerberg and go and start a startup and become a millionaire. But fortunately, that intention didn't last for long, and those days of frustrations and conversations of frustration soon gave way to hands of friendship. Because after that first semester of college, it was the time that I finally found my best friend in college. Now, she was a person who is as different from me as chalk is from cheese, as Virendra Sehwag is from Rahul Dravid, as Ayan Pal is from Satdeep Basu. But we got together and we made friends with each other. She was a person who would plonk herself in the first bench of class, while I would be back in the wilderness at the last bench. She would be somebody who completed her assignments with 2 weeks before time, and I would be somebody who would be submitting it 2 days after the submission date was over. But even through all of these differences, we found a common chord, and in that law school taught me my first lesson that not all of the good things in life come from expected sources. You just have to have an open mind and open arms, and good things can come from unexpected quarters as well. But that was definitely not the only thing that I have learned from law school. Now, if the first few months and maybe the first year of law school was about heartbreak because of being alone, then the next few years threw in completely different challenges. Then came the challenge of being successful. So, in the next few years, I decided that I was going to be a sincere kid and study as much as I could. And in that quest, not only did I give the examinations in my college, I also decided to give the improvement examinations, because we, of course, can never have enough. I gave the improvement examination, and there was this one professor in our college who took it upon himself to ensure that he had enough respectability to shake hands with Hitler in the afterlife. He said a paper which was unpassable and unpassed, I remained. I looked at my name on the score sheet. I saw Anish Ghosh and a big F written next to it. And I didn't quite know what to do after that because, well, I never really had to feel that bad in life. But again, it was the people in and around me who helped me out. There was another professor who I went to, and he told me that it doesn't matter if you fail. Come to me with all your problems, and I will ensure that I help you out, and I'm sure that you will pass. And so there was I, very worried about what's going to happen. Am I going to pass or be sent to 1 year of one pass and law school, not be sent to the upper class? And then the day of the exam arrived. I took the exam, and this time, with good fortune, I passed it, and instead of an F, it was a B plus that was on this transcript. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason that I am telling you all of these two stories is to tell you that you should always be adept and open about getting things in your life, interacting with people and getting the knowledge from them. Because once you do that, you make yourself a lot better as a person. What do you say, Mr. Ghosh?